Goodness knows how we survived. I mean, see, our mother, she smoked and she drank, when she was pregnant with us. And also during the pregnancy period, she was eating blue cheeses. Rochefort was her favourite. Uh, Tuna fish straight from the tin. And she well, at least she never ever told us that she had her blood tested, you know. And, after all those traumas, there were talks in them days. They didn't, putting kids down to sleep in their beds. Would she put us down onto the bed? She put us on our bellies. Didn't really care about it. On the beds, they were painted with that, what do you call it? Lead paint, bright coloured lead paint. We used to cut our teeth on it. And we didn't have any sort of medicines or things like that. And when we grew a bit older, and we learned to ride our bicycles, we didn't wear any sort of safety helmets or things like that. Nobody ever sort of mentioned to us that we should be, concerned about taking lifts from anybody in the village. And then when we went in the car, well, there wasn't any of those seat belts in the cars, no child seats, none of those, what do you call it, special seats that lifted you up to be at a safe side so the safety belt wouldn't cut you around about the neck. And if we did go on transport, then it was usually on the back of the tractor or an open back lorry over the bumps. On a hot summer's day, and we always thought it was, the greatest thing to be doing, riding about in the open back lorry like that. And we would have a bottle of lemonade. There'd be 4 or 5 friends on the back of the lorry, and we would just all drink from the same bottle, pass it around, slurp it down together. And nobody ever died from it, as far as I know. And we used to go sort of bird nesting as well, just poking around for birds' eggs. Nobody ever died of bird flu. And sometimes we got these little sort of fleas and the mosquitoes and stuff like that in our necks. We just pinch them off and throw them away. And nobody ever knew about asthma. I don't know how asthma ever came about. We learned to do crocheting and sort of drawing and painting and things like that. And we used to sort of have nails and boards, just knocking nails into boards, sawing boards with a saw. Nobody was ever concerned about whether it was safe or not. And we used to sit in the upper seat of the sauna along with the grandfather, and he would throw on that steam until it was too hot, trying to drive us out, but we didn't give in. We just sat there on the top bench along with grandfather and sweated like anything. We ate fancy Danish pastries, white French bread with real butter. And the lemonade we drank, it was made with real sugar in it. That was the sweetener. None of this aspartame or xylitol or any of those other sort of artificial sweeteners. None of us were overweight because we were always outside playing. We went out in the mornings and we played around with the boys, sometimes playing cricket, sometimes playing football, sometimes playing hide and seek. And we usually came home for dinner and then go back out and play again. And then when the lights came on at night, then that was the time that we went home. And nobody could really sort of find out where we were or what we were doing during the day, and everything was okay. And one of the favourite pastimes was building buggies. We just found old scrap bits of wood and sort of hacked them all together and wheels off old prams. And then we went down very steep hills on these buggies, never caring for what was going to happen. And usually when we were flying down these hills at a tremendous speed, then we say, oh, we forgot about the brakes. We didn't put any brakes on this thing. And I remember one time, there was a pothole at the bottom of the road, and there was a bit of the plank was sticking out in front of the bogie like that, and it went into the pothole like that, and it threw the bogie up into the air just like a catapult and threw us over a hedge into the neighbour's garden. We were all right, no bones broken, we were all right. We didn't have any PlayStations or Nintendo or Xboxes or computers. There was no TV with 150 channels with nothing on. We didn't have DVDs or anything like that. We just had our friends and we went out playing with our friends. Sometimes we'd go on our bicycles, or we'd go to our friends' houses and just sit around and play dominoes or cards or things like that. And that was the way that we passed our time. We fell out of trees, we got bruised knees, sometimes we broke a pinky or something like that. Sometimes our teeth were knocked out. But it wasn't a big matter for any of us. We played with darts, through darts. Nobody ever lost their eyes. And we used to say hello to people on the streets. Hi there, how you doing? Yeah. And we were a generation, a special generation, I think. That baby boomers, that's what we were called. And sometimes it's good to remember these things and tell it to our grandchildren. Tell them what childhood was really like back in the day. So that they would know just how brave and courageous we were, willing to take risks, brought a little bit of excitement into our lives. And sometimes I just think to myself, even at this age, I'd like to get a pair of scissors in my hand and run around the house, just for old time's sake.